Hi, everyone. I just wanted to let you know the room is just still filling up here. We are going to get going in about 1 minute. You are in the right place, so stay tuned for the start of the broadcast in just about 2 minutes. Thanks.
What do you need to get? Whatever he asked.
What?
To get on staff, whatever. He asked to share.
No, I'm really doing well.
You are?
Yeah.
Good.
I've lost about 17 pounds in the last.
The question is like,
Oh,
Right,
part of
that's-
my life.
yes,
oh,
yes,
Okay.
that one.
Oh, let's see.
Because you didn't share your experience.
But you did, so I gotta think of something.
Yeah, that's why.
It's only fair.
Right.
Yeah. It's
Well, maybe at the end.
okay.
Yeah.
Do you want to get that? Yeah. Anyone going to? Here we go. Yeah. Help us out. All right, it's good to see everyone. So this sets our record for the largest group here. So let's give everyone a round of applause. Again, 110 here for Tracy Hidden Fountains Nutritional Talk before. So I think we got about 130, I believe. We'll get an official count. But my name is Dustin. I'm one of the trainers and work here at the Transformation Center. It's a pleasure to have you guys. And this is Ted, and Ted's an awesome guy. And we became friends, I don't know, 6 months ago or so. And I don't know how we met, but you're kind of like a mix between like a surfer and a hippie. That's how I would describe you.
And a skateboarder.
And a skateboarder too. And I just really appreciate. Well, he always challenges me to like do crazy things like run marathons without training and different things like that. And we're just always talking about like how we're pushing each other as well as what the latest research is in behavior. Because like that's what he's obsessed with, and I love it too. And so he'll like email me studies, and I have to read this like scientific thing that I can't even understand. But then he tries to interpret it for me, and we just have a great relationship, and it's been really cool. So you guys can get a lot out of tonight. And are we good on the live feed here too? So what we're doing is the first time ever we're live streaming this all over the world. We got hundreds of people watching in right now. So we got it right here. So hello, good to see you guys. My mom said she was gonna watch, so thanks Mom for watching. And yeah, we've got a lot of our Fit Mom for Life leaders. We got about 105 leaders around the world, and a lot of them are gonna be on tonight. So it's great for you guys to be part of it. So without further ado, I'm going to let Ted kind of introduce himself and go into what we got going tonight.
It's awesome. Thank you, Dustin, for having me tonight. And what a great crowd. I mean, you get over 100 people showing up it's like 10 degrees out. It's 7:30, and so I already feel like great energy in the audience. So I just want everybody to give each other a round of applause for showing up. Right, besides skating and surfing, my name is Ted Isidore, and so I skate and surf and play guitar, but I also am a counselor therapist. I've been doing that for about 20 years. I pretty much sampled the gamut over the years, from working in domestic violence to mental health to substance abuse. And I pretty much talked with individuals, couples, families, and I think like the biggest thing I learned over 20 years, it wouldn't be all the cool skills and all the techniques I learned, but I think it's really, the clients really taught me about what it's like and how it's helpful to change and what I can do to help them and guide them to change. And I think like that is the real value for me. And so that's what prompted me to start Full Potential Coaching and Consulting about a year ago, which is a coaching really aimed at helping people change and really tune into their change process and really give them kind of the techniques, the skills, and the strategies that I found over 20 years actually work. And I think there's a lot of tools and strategies that actually don't work. And so I've sort of like sampled with my clients over the years and figured it out. And so I'm kind of on a mission to share some of this stuff that I've learned with just the everyday person so they can use it to help them in their lives, to make the kind of changes they want to make and to get the happiness they really want.
Great.
So our agenda today is packed. So I'm hoping we'll get through it all. I'm going to tell a little bit about my story, and then we're going to jump into a guided visualization around a positive change experience, because that's really what this night is all about. And then from there, we're going to float into talking about some belief systems and belief systems that you can change, that you've already changed, and ways to sustain that change. And of course, embedded throughout the night is getting into action. Action, action, action is where you get the results. So, without further ado, we will blast off into this first very fuzzy slide. And this is actually where I grew up, on the south side of Milwaukee. My parents worked in a factory called Route Washer. My stepdad slaved away for probably 40 years, my mom 30 years. And I have 5 other siblings, and we grew up on tight times. It wasn't actually exactly the most functional family, to say the least. It was definitely had tons of dysfunction, but amidst all the dysfunction was this great love that we had for one another. And I think that love and support really pulled us through. So I do remember this one vivid conversation with my mom. She had us, it was always happened around the kitchen table, these discussions. You're kind of not, the kitchen table must be, it's famous. But she said, she looked at us when we were in 4th grade, she said, I don't want you kids working in the factory and probably dying in the factory like we're gonna die. I want you kids to go to college. So I don't know how they did it, but they pulled it out. They sent all of us to college, went to a private high school, which sort of brainwashed us to go to college. Got to college, got into psychology, loved it. I loved working with people. And I think some of the hard times I went through in my younger years really kind of paved the way to be more empathetic to people's struggles later on. And so even though I've become this sort of like educated dude, I think I'm sort of like working class through and through. And so I hit my 20s and 30s, and I sampled what a lot of people sample in their 20s and 30s. Not everybody, but I got a career. Of course, I ate a lot. I got married, had a kid, Sophia, great times. And then I ran into some marriage problems, tragedy. It was a really hard time in my life, and I lived through it. And I think I kind of used, if I would point this out here, this to kind of cope with some of my feelings around that hard time. Fortunately, I rebounded, got remarried, married a beautiful wife, Jill, and we have 3 kids right now. And when I look back at it, I think that her support has been so crucial in my success. But I was around 38, and I headed into my so-called like annual physical. And I saw the doctor, and not expecting anything other than, I'm newly married to Jill, and this is gonna be great. I'm gonna be really healthy. I'm on track. The doctor comes back and says, dude, you got high blood pressure. What? High blood pressure? He's like, we got to get you on this atenolol pronto. And by the way, your cholesterol is like through the roof. So you either got to get on cholesterol meds, or you got to do something about your diet. If that's not bad enough, he's like, no, you're about 20, 25 pounds overweight. So what started out as a great idea to stay healthy, going in for my annual physical and staying on top of that stuff, turned into be a big bum out. My success was happening as a 38-year-old. Maybe somebody who's like 70, but not 38. So what ended up happening was this. I don't know if it's a stroke of luck, if it's destiny, if it was just fate. But I had a couple friends that wanted to do a triathlon. One particular friend was turning 40. I was right around 40. Maybe it was a midlife crisis. You know, hey, let's relive our youth, dude. Let's do a triathlon. I'm like, what's a triathlon? Well, we got to swim a little, you can bike a little, and you run a little. Great. So the other thing about the tri world, I do it on my mountain bike. I don't wear a wetsuit. Jill had great commentary as I came out of the water. She's like, you look like you were dead. You were like, she's like, I didn't even know how you got on your mountain bike. You know, everybody's on these like head speeds. And I made it through the run, but I got hooked. And I did another one. I felt a sense of accomplishment. I did another one, and then I got a coach. And I think that was pivotal. And I was surrounded by more and more tri friends that sort of sent the message like, maybe anything's possible if you keep at it. During that time, though, did I have hard runs, terrible races, terrible bike rides? Did my chain fall off and I actually didn't even know how to put it back on? Yes, that was me. I remember my coach, my chain fell off during a race. It took me like 15 minutes to get back on. And he asked me if I was like cooking myself lunch next to the bike while I put the chain back on. I said, no, I was trying to figure it out. So when I look at my life at the age 38, I flash ahead 5 years later. I'm going to flip this on for you. And what? Pay attention to the word tie. So at 8:03 Sunday night, I crossed the finish line. I remember being tear-filled, joy. It was like a magical, positive, emotional experience I had. And I look back at it and I say, oh, you know, what was the greatest part about, you know, it had to be the best is when you cross the finish line. And then I think about it, it's not really about crossing the finish line. It was really about the journey that led up to getting to the finish line. And by the way, that's not me on that horse. These messages were the messages I carried. It's what got me through the 5 years. It's what led to a transformation. It's not as much as everybody likes to always talk about like the end goal, the happy, joyful moment of getting there. I think it's really about the journey. And the journey is really what made me an Ironman, not actually doing the Ironman. The journey made me stronger. Went through painful times, unmotivated times, but I think like that's what made the finish line that much better. So what I want to do, we're going to transition real quick, is give everybody a taste of anchoring a positive emotional experience into their bodies. So you can participate if you want, or you can just sit back and just kind of relax and take it in. But what we're going to do is I'm going to lead you through a guided visualization where you think about a positive changing experience that you have had. So actually, what I'd like you to do is just hold on to the music just a little bit. What I want you to do is right now, just think in your mind, what is your experience? What is your triathlon? What is a positive changing experience in your life? And I want you to really think about that now and get attached to that experience if you can, and get that in your mind. Now what we're going to do is just kind of relax. And what I want everybody to do is to just put their hands on their bellies and just take a couple deep breaths. And your only job right now is to pay attention to your breath. Just gently watching the inhale and the exhale. This is your only mission in life. And as thoughts come through your mind, as they will, just gently set the thoughts aside. And return your attention back to your breath. Being with yourself. And it's totally okay if you think you're not doing it. Because however you're doing it, it's right. What we're going to go on right now is a journey. It's a journey about you and your positive emotional experience. We're going to take the journey twice. The first journey is you're going to be a spectator and watch your positive emotional experience. And the second time, you'll fully embody yourself and experience that same experience. So what I would like you to do is to picture yourself in the stands. Just notice what you look like, what clothes you have on, your facial features. You're a spectator. Now what I'd like you to do is to look straight ahead as a spectator and watch that positive changing experience that you hold so deep inside. And what I want you to do is to play that through, not just at the end, but take it from the beginning. The trials, the struggles, the tribulations, the successes, the failures, what you went through to achieve that experience. And I want you to put it in slow motion. As you watch yourself smile, you overcome an obstacle. Notice any sights or sounds connected to your experience. And bathe in the experience. Take your time with it. Enjoy it. Just keep an eye on it, watch it, watch it, watch it. You allow the feelings to come forward when you did achieve something. The joy, the happiness, the soft heart, maybe even tears of joy. And be in that moment. Now as the experience comes to an end, you've made that positive change. You're at the finish line. As you look at yourself from the stands, at the finish line are your family, loved ones, friends. As they surround you, they're also filled with those same feelings of joy and excitement. Soft hearts, love. As everyone is around you, you make eye contact with the spectator. You, the spectator, walk over to the finish line. join your body and yourself in this moment. Feeling the joy, the happiness, the success 100 times more. Then as your whole self, you look to the left, you see a white line. You visually see the white line. When you cross this white line, there will be a chance to relive this experience whole as you are today. So now what I want you to do is to rewind and experience again. You're to just enjoy it. And enjoy that it's more intense now, it's more vivid, it's more colorful. The feelings you have are 10, 20 times more than what you had before. As you go through each part of your journey to that success experience, you feel warm inside. Your heart is open. You feel love for yourself and for those around you. As you come up to the finish line, you're surrounded by your family, friends, and loved ones. They're congratulating you. They share in your joy. They share in your success, your struggle. You are truly loved. Now as you look ahead, you walk away from them and you look to the north. It's your future. You have ideas, maybe 1 or 2 goals for your future that you absolutely want to accomplish and do. It could be tonight, it could be tomorrow, it could be in a week, a month. But you hold on to those goals. And this experience that you just had can never be taken away from you. It is yours to keep for the rest of your life. So we're going to say goodbye to this experience for now, but know that it's easily accessible tonight, tomorrow, and the day after. So if you want to gently open your eyes and kind of reacclimate yourself to the room.